Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. And so our card tonight is the Knight of Cups. This has everything to do with emotionality, emotions, love, intuition. Okay, and let's see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. Okay. Somebody's over there eating. So we have a big Z, a Z right there. So some kind of Z name maybe, or Z word. Okay, we have a large tree right in the middle. You can see the trunk. And interestingly, there's a beautiful little star right there. We have also a magic wand here. Another Z. Okay, so I'm really... Here we have, it looks like, I'm thinking of this as like a fairy godmother here. An angel over here. Ooh, and a vulture right here. Okay, I'm getting so ahead of myself. So, I want to look at the tree. No, I want to look at the tree. Okay, so there is a sense of a deeply rooted, long living foundational place, a place of strength. Okay, so I feel like you feel very confident in your work, business, resource making, domestically. Okay, the household. Does this extend to family and family relationships? I don't know exactly, but I think that the things that kind of are the physical aspects of the domestic life, yes, all of it is there. The financials, there, okay. The ability to create more financial or resources, there. You have the ability, you're confident in that, okay. There's not a lot of worrying there. And I keep getting this feeling that it's like you have the magic touch with all of that. You are very savvy, okay? Very clever, very intelligent, probably have kind of a very useful skill set. You're just good at making money, okay? You're good at keeping things going. You stay on task. You're devoted to the work, okay? Now, now, as I turn this and I sigh, we do still have a lot of beautiful stuff going on. We have the guardian angel. We have that kind of fairy godmother. We have the magical wand. Okay, and so I feel like there is a sense of you kind of being that shining star. Okay, the star that we saw here. And I feel like you really do attract, you attract people into your life who maybe look at you as like this, you know, just amazing, capable, intelligent, charming, you know, whatever, just beautiful person. They want to know you. They want to be near you. They, you know, want to get into your personal life. And I think that you're really guarded about your sacred spaces with your family, your lovers, your, you know, your significant other, your chosen family, the family you've created, and so on. I don't think it's easy to infiltrate that, okay? But I do see that there is somebody who's kind of lingering. And I think it's somebody that, I feel like it's somebody that you are quite attracted to. And I feel like it's, you know, there's almost a sense of like a spell being cast. I even see up here, I keep looking at this one and I'm thinking it reminds me of like datura, which is a flower, right? But it is also a delirium. And it is something that will like make you hallucinate, but not like in a fun way, like in a scary kind of way. And so, you know, I almost feel like there's this kind of feverish delirium happening. And I feel like they are quite a vulture. I feel like there's a sense of great glamour being kind of cast over the situation, maybe even kind of a love spell, and trying to, you know, sway your will. Okay. But I don't think that you succumb to this. I think that you are somebody who is pretty grounded in your own reality. I feel like you're not super taken in by superficial things. So glamour, if you don't know, is kind of what they call when using magic to kind of, and this is, it's magic, but it also is kind of like gaslighting a little bit, right? And lying. And kind of lying. It is kind of creating an image, an atmosphere, you know, kind of, what is that called? Like weaving a story or a yarn. Is it called weaving a yarn? No, that's not how you say it. Whatever it is. Coming up with kind of a story, a kind of image, a kind of air about yourself. And it's not really, you know, it's not really true necessarily. I don't know. And you can think of like the old crone who kind of uses glamour to appear as like a really young, beautiful princess or something like this, like in the old cartoons. And I don't think it's to that degree, but I do think that, you know, there's a sense of misrepresentation. Okay. And so, you know, I don't know that, I think that often in these situations, you know, it's like, you know, but you choose to believe, right? You kind of like the fantasy of it all. Now, there's just something about it that really feels like kind of like ivy. You know, if you know anything about ivy, it's beautiful. I love it. I love more than a house with ivy all over the side of it. But we know that ivy is kind of invasive, right? It crawls and grabs onto things. It will kind of wrap itself around other plants until it chokes them out and uses them to crawl upwards, right? And so there's almost kind of this creeping feeling coming into kind of the under foliage of the thing, kind of trying to sneak its way into your life. But then you have these archetypes looking out for you. You have your guardian angel. fairy godmother. And it feels like it's like, no, 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 this isn't happening on our watch, right? And so I think, you know, it's really, there is a sense of trying to remind you of yourself, okay? And I think, you know, some of this comes out of maybe moments of feeling kind of lonely, not listened to, nobody to kind of really talk to you on a deep level, you know, to connect and feel appreciated or seen or heard. And so I think this is kind of a symptom of these things. And so then letting this, you know, this relationship, this friendship, this connection, kind of continue on, even though you know this might not be the best choice or fit. You know, it doesn't seem like it's coming from a place of honesty. And, you know, you're an adult, you have to decide for yourself, you know, obviously. And sometimes I think, well, you know, people like to live in these places of fantasy. Yeah, I think there's a lot of this that goes on, especially, you know, if you think about like online courtships and things like that. You know, I even watch like a YouTube channel sometimes where it's like people who've been scammed by people who they've fallen in love with that are like catfishing them and spent lots of money. So let me just say, this is my little PSA. If this is something that's going on online or with somebody you have not met, or even somebody you have met, but they are asking you for money and these kinds of things, please do not send anybody money on the internet. Do not do it, okay? Even if they're asking for help and all that kind of, you need to vet people. Please, 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 you know, be careful with those things. Don't give them personal information, any kind of, you know, like social security numbers or bank information or anything like that, okay? You know, I am always talking about this on the channel and stuff. I know, and people probably like, I'm here for, you know, fortune telling, not for this kind of advice, but you're gonna hear it from me because I'm like, not only am I mom, but I do have older people in my life who I love and care about. And you know, there have been more than a couple of times where they've asked me, do you think this is a scam? Yeah, definitely that's a scam on Facebook or wherever it is, you know, so be careful. Now, let's see. What else do we have going on? We have, it looks like an E. I keep looking at this. It looks like E-N. Maybe E-N. I-E-N? No. E-N. So right there. We have an E and an N. And we also have an R right here. Let me get my little stick. A little R right here. And this one, actually, it says love, but it is, now let me see if I can get it, how I'm looking at it right here. But it's O-L-V-E. So it's kind of jumbled, but it says love right there. So I do see we have kind of a house right here with, you can see the roof right there. And then we have a person who is kind of lying down and another person who's like kind of standing on top of them. And, you know, I feel like it's almost like there has been problems, maybe not currently, but before. There have been problems in the home. Maybe arguing, feeling disrespected, or, you know, not, like nobody really appreciates the things that you do. Maybe even a sense of control happening. Somebody who is very controlling. But I think that whatever the specifics are, I feel like it had or has left you, if this is currently happening, it has left you feeling quite lonely, you know. And I think especially when somebody we love, somebody that we do decide to spend our life with, or, you know, become domestically involved, living together, or what have you, and then they start to mistreat you and, you know, speak to you cruelly, or you know, become aggressive with you, or dismissive, or completely like ignore you, whatever it is, or all the things, that really can affect our self-worth. It can also really get us in the situation where we feel unlovable. We feel like, you know, you don't know it. You lose yourself in situations like that, I think, oftentimes, and trying to navigate other people's moods, trying to keep the house together, you know, and kind of slowly losing a sense of your identity outside of this really chaotic and traumatic environment. And so, yeah, it makes sense if you meet somebody who you feel connected with, even if you know that they're not being super honest with you, you could kind of really go down that rabbit hole, you know. And so here's where the Knight of Cups comes in for me. I really think that you know these things. And I think that there's really kind of this choice here where it's like, what am I going to do here? You know, do you just kind of continue the cycle of dysfunction on dysfunction, or just kind of selling yourself short, right? Kind of coupling yourself, or spending your time with somebody who there isn't really, you know, and I hate to even say that, a future, because not everything has to be about having a future together, but just a sense of, you know, of danger kind of underlying the thing. But, you know, at the same time, sometimes you just meet people online, I guess, and, you know, it's kind of like it's like an anonymous friendship, you know. And I think that can be helpful for people, definitely, you know, and there's nothing, I guess, wrong with that. I mean, I know there's not, you know, we all kind of have done it, I think. It doesn't have to be romantic, you know. There's plenty of people I've met, I've been on the internet since I was, you know, like 10 years old or whatever, back in the Wild West days of online life. And, you know, sometimes, yeah, you just meet people, you know, learn things about the world, have common interests and whatever, and that's fine. But I don't know, there's just something about the situation. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like, it just, you have to be mindful, you know, going forward. Just be mindful about it. I think checking in with yourself, you know, making sure that you're not getting lost in it all, right? In the expectation and the fantasy and so on. So now we do have a person sitting here, okay, and we do have hearts, and I feel like there's daydreaming. There's a swan here even. It looks like a heart and a swan. So I think ultimately, you know, I just feel like there's like you know, a sense of it's like watching, I think it's like watching like romantic movies maybe. You know, like there's the dopamine and the excitement and enjoyment of having communication with somebody, and daydreaming, and maybe, you know, the best part in like a way that you maybe don't even, it doesn't even need to be said really, is that there's not responsibility here really, you know, only to, you know, be kind and you yourself not hurt this person, but you know, because it's not like the person you necessarily live with, or you don't have like all of these, like you're not paying bills together and you know, having to negotiate life all the time together, you know, then there's the freedom and all of that. So, you know, maybe that is maybe this is really the blessing. I don't know. You know, I think for me, I'm just like skeptical a little bit about any relationship really. But, you know, that's just me. I'm a Virgo, Aquarius, and a Capricorn. So I'm very much like, I'm very passionate person, but also like very much like have to look over every little detail of things. So, you know, enjoy yourself. Just be careful, you know, ultimately. And there we go. We finally got to the be careful with yourself, you know. So let's see. We have the Mary Magdalene Oracle cards by Megan Watterson, illustrations by Moonjube, which I love that name. I still need to look them up. I don't know who it is, but they did I mean, just absolutely great job with this deck. I love this deck. Okay, let's flip this over. It says Judgment. These cards, all of these, every oracle card, you know, who's copywriting these? Judgment. Okay, the whole point is to be human. Yes, the whole point is to be human. The whole point is to be human. Okay, I want to do another one as well. Okay, let's see. The second power. I trust what my soul desires. This one's beautiful. I like this. I haven't seen this one. I trust what my soul desires. And you know what? This is maybe the card telling, hey, Lenor, stop judging. Right? Just tell them. Tell them what you see. I'm trying to work it out in my head, you know. And that's just what it is. That's just me. All right. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. Please think about doing that. Please, please, please. No, I'm just kidding. If you want to, please do. Let's see. What else? It is free to subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Don't be mean, though. I don't like mean. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. People have not always been so nice the last few weeks, which is fine. It's that time of year. Everybody is so grumpy. And I think a lot of people are getting sick and, you know, I don't know. I feel it myself though. I feel like really kind of like, just there's like a lot of things I should just be happy about. I just feel like crabby. I feel like moments of just being kind of like forlorn. Like I just feel like I'm out at sea, and I don't know, just like depleted, I think is also part of it. I just really need the sun. I cannot wait for it to be a little bit more warm, which it is. It's getting warmer here. It's going to be like in the 30s tomorrow, which is going to be like spring. And I have like all these plans of what I'm going to be doing outside. So I need to be out in the sun for a little bit. And I think that will help. But my goodness. Yeah, grumpy. People have been real grumpy. Not nice. You know, so whatever. I still love you. I still love you. And let's see what else. Yes, I love you. We'll talk in a few days. Take care of yourself. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. Time for bed. All right. Goodbye, Capricorn.